Right, we're on Raccoon City.
They won't feel a thing, Naughty. Only pain.
Yeah, let's hope so. Because it's been painful playing as poor Naughty Bear here during the event. No gen slowdown, essentially. And, you know, Naughty is already in need of assistance anyway. We're going to try to get some of these traps. That's not the worst trap. Hey, you can see that. Comp squad. All right, well. Iridescent Stone will eventually start having these traps reset. I use that bloodlust here. Well. All right, we've got traps in some pretty good locations. Get rid of the god pallet. All right, well, let's hope facing the wall is enough. All right, Kate. And they were trying to follow us. All right. 2 stacks of none are free and all right. Yeah, that trap was in a good position. This Nia is my last stack. All right. You did say you weren't comp, Nia, so we're taking you at your word. All right, we are going to break this pallet. We have our 4 no way out stacks. We have our 4... We have our 4 no way out stacks. We have our 4 stacks of none are free. I would love... In fact, I am going to risk it for the biscuit. Come down over here, grab this trap in the middle of nowhere, and go put this down by one of the exit gates. Okay. Well, let's get lucky, maybe. Can we get lucky? Let's get a little lucky, Nia. Well, I'm gonna say the comp players are having some problems. Well, they gave up. All right, they picked the Kate up. All right, we're gonna let her go. We got an injure on her, but I'd rather come and defend the gens. This isn't really the side of the map I want to be on, but here we are. See, she might not know that trap's there. I guess that's a no. All right, I'm gonna put you. Put you in the basement there, Kate. She's dead. We could have killed her earlier, but we went on that little chase. We had 2 traps. They have 3 gens, and 2 of them left. So we're gonna trap the exit gates. I mean, I'd kind of like them to get to Endgame so we could see, you know, our Endgame perk. All 4 of our Endgame perks, but right now, it's like we're playing perkless trapper. All right, where are they, we think? Not out here. They're also not healing. So they're not, I assume they're not together. Well, somebody's been here. Oh. They did heal. I think they were together. All right. All right, where's our other Kate? There she is. All right, I don't know where they are. We saw 2 sets of scratch marks. They went separate ways. I don't know which way they went. Well, I guess they found each other. There is that part of us that would like to see them make a 10 game, but to do that, to get to Endgame, they're gonna, you know, have to do 3 gens. All right, somebody's on the gen beneath me. Well, give them credit for stealth. I guess these 2 are going to be comp-like and hide the rest of the map. All right, heard that. Heard you hiding there, Laura. Yeah, you have nothing. She saw the trap. All right, Laura. All right, let's see if the hatch spawns in one of these locales. Yeah, this is pretty much GG. That's pretty much a GG. To disarm the trap, they're going to get injured. And we'll know. Oh, there she is. Well, here's the problem. None are free means you get no vaults, you get no pallets, everything is blocked. And I am so much faster than you, Kate. All right. In a match where 2 of the people said they were and were not comp. Naughty, have some fun.
This is your time to shine, Naughty Bear.
Welcome to RPD, Kate. Boo! Boo indeed. Who's a good boy, Naughty? You're a good boy, Naughty. You're a good boy, Naughty Bear. Yes, you are. All right. We 4K with the Naughty Bear, and the endgame part of our in-game build never really came into play until, well, until the match was pretty much already decided. Once we found the hatch, it was a 4K if we wanted it. The last Kate was only going to be able to get out if she disarmed the trap. We would have known that since we had both the exit gates trapped. She also would have injured herself, so even if she broke no ed, she still would have been one shot. Even though she did have self-care, technically she could have healed herself, which might be what she did at some point during that match. If she disarmed the shot, Bloody Coil, like I said, would have injured her. And there at the end, once we did close the hatch, none are free finally came into play as we were chasing her. Those pallets, those vaults, everything she had that she could have used for safety, and she was running to a doorway that we had trapped already at the very beginning of the match, so she had nowhere to go and nothing to use for safety. She was pretty much finished at that point. We were basically a perkless trapper, but with really good add-ons for most of that match. No ed obviously didn't come into play until the end of the match. Blood Warden never came into play because they didn't get the exit gates open. No Way Out never got triggered because Kate didn't trigger it at the end. And so we were basically none are free for just the end part of the match. What did work? Well, they injured themselves a couple of times thanks to our Bloody Coil, a very good solid add-on if you're worried about survivors messing with your traps. And the Iridescent Stone kept resetting those traps for us. And more than one occasion, I'm pretty sure a survivor ran past what they probably thought was an area that had been disarmed already or had not been reset, but the trap had been reset. And RPD is actually, I think, a really good map for Trapper. Tight corridors, narrow openings, places where you can put a trap, and it's going to be very difficult for survivors to get past. Now, like that one doorway that we caught a couple people in, the Nia that says they're not comp, that Nia ran into that trap as we were downing the other person, or maybe it was the Kate that was in the trap while the Nia was down. One of them ran into that trap, and that trap got run into more than once, I think. So overall, RPD is a very good map to play Trapper on, and particularly when you have traps that are going to rearm themselves with the Iridescent Stone, makes it that much more powerful. In this match, a fun match for us at least, mostly perkless, doesn't matter, 4K for Naughty Bear on RPD.